Why is it Japanese eat like fucking pigs? The fuck is wrong with it? It's not just Japanese. Is it just Asians and Africans? Aren't we in the West we taught to like eat and you close your mouth when you're eating? If someone asks me a question I'm eating, I fucking finish eating what's in my mouth and then answer. What is wrong with these fucking animals? There's a boy, it looks like a brother and sister opposite me, and they're both eating open mouth like fucking pigs, like fucking animals. I don't normally eat that chicken. You know that when they suck all the meat off bone by machine, and then they turn it into a McNugget. I don't usually eat those. I reckon in my life I've eaten it maybe 3 or 4 times, and but I saw an advert, and just by looking at the advert, I think they've got some new sauces, and so I've got to find out what the new sauces are, the dipping sauce, and maybe I will buy them because after 5 o'clock, could be a weekday though. After 5 o'clock, the fries and the chicken nuggets, I think they're too tempting the school kids. So it's from 700 yen. I don't know. There's a lot of biscuits. There's a lot of nuggets. 15 pieces. 15 nuggets. What does it cost overseas? 15 nuggets for 700 yen, reduced to 490 yen. But I can't make out the sauces. Let's go and have a look at the sauces. Fucking pig.
20円のお戻しでございます。ありがとうございます。いらっしゃいませ。
So only butter sauce.
バターソース
Butter sauce, Adi.
バターソース。あ、ございますよ。40円だけどいいかな
Oh, can it kagaru?
かかる。鍋使わな40円ね。
Hitotsu.
一つ40円。
It's a butter sauce to you.
バター
Butter.
ソース。
And sorry, what steak sauce?
ステーキソースもあるよ。
Oh, okay.
どちらが良かったかな
So futsu de nanimo morai nai.
もらえない。
So just nagito dake.
ここ
はい。
に書いてあります。ここに書いてあります。22日から40円。
Alright, wakarimashita.
申し訳ございません。
Yeah. The problem has been solved. It's do you really want a butter sauce? And mine it's steaky sauce, but they've got a special form in front of the counter saying, explaining why it's 40 yen. They must have been good actors because they made me want to eat them. They're having a drive now for new staff. 1,030 yen. Hello. How much are chicken nuggets in America? They After, I think it's after 5 o'clock. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Might be in 10, but there's 220 yen off 15 chicken nuggets. Yeah, I don't go as much as I used to. I used to go quite a lot in the mornings. I just took a steak out of the fridge yesterday. Maybe I'll have it. In America, do your parents tell you not to eat with your mouth open? It's a fucking disgusting habit. Because there's 2 pigs right in front of me. Wednesday tacos, where at? That sounds very good value, that. I just don't know how they... It's just, I've just been slagging off Asians and Africans. Disgusting bastards. I had this Philippine guy working for me, and I took him to a izakaya after work, and then I took him again a few months later. Then I'd forgot that he ate like a fucking pig, and I really regretted taking him the second time. Yeah, I'm a bit wary of American meat. I'm a bit tired today of a nap. No, we're just trying to have one for 10 minutes in the car, in the truck. You know what I do miss about the West, because they don't have it here. You know, you get those big hams, and they're like sliced, like honey roasted or whatever, honey glazed, and that ham that's really sliced and on a sandwich. I love that stuff. And also, we could get that in a can as well at Christmas. Fuck knows what the world's going to be like in about 30 years. You're not using it correctly. Yeah, the Americans are famous for that. I went and knocked on a Mormon's door in Salt Lake City, and they had fucking 6 kids. I think they had 9 kids, and 3 of them were adopted. And when they invited me to stay for tea or dinner, and then when I started to eat my steak correctly, all the kids were staring at me. No, in England we would understand it's a different way of doing it, because it's not It just looks silly. That's all. When you got your fucking your fork grabbed like that. Is that just for steak though? Freedom. Oh fucking dear. And if you don't like it, we'll shoot you. Well, my mate is going to help me tomorrow, so I might get him doing a 10-hour day. I'm picking him up at 5:30. Hello. No, but you know, Japan, they're known the world over for certain ways of doing things. You know, like the tea ceremony, for example, or how to eat kaiseki ryori. You know, they have a certain way of doing things that must be correct, like in judo, in karate. They go through these intricate ways of doing things, and then they sit down after they finish work and eat like fucking pigs. Doing what? Tomorrow, finishing the warehouse off. Someone else on me for an hour today, sweeping stuff up in the yard. But the place is so big, it's just fucking. I think we've got a grip on most of the yard. Got most of the things I want to throw away, thrown away. Is the Japan economy down? Because the yen is so weak that it's just encouraging people to buy more Japanese products. Yeah. I told him 3 months. I told him it'd take 3 months last December. But I guess he's just very happy that I didn't leave fucking 7 ton of fucking crap inside the warehouse. Like he's got the land has got planning permission for houses, but there's a warehouse, there's a factory opposite. They make things for the car industry, and they've got a fucking hammer that fucking really fucking, and they leave the doors open, really makes a noise. I really can't see people wanting to live opposite that. Well, hopefully it's going to be done tomorrow or the day after. But today I moved out all the circuit boards, the wiring, some pots, some things like that. And then I've got to start on the house. No. Well, my young friend wants, he's borrowed the truck tonight. He's going to get some steel. So I hope he's going to get a lot of fucking steel. No, because I've just got to stick at the house. And then I might buy a camera for the house. Try and get that cunt in a trap. See if I can make some funny videos. You know the old rake, trick. So I'm gonna there's a walkway, so I'm gonna put the rake where she can't go any other way. And then hopefully the rake is gonna smack her right in the fucking face. Then I've got to start emptying the house. How much do you think an upright piano weighs? I can still do it, but it's going to be, like I said, I'll have no space. I've got to clear the back of the house. Can you do a quick search on your computer? I tell them maybe mid-December. Hello, Mick. Is this the Mick from Australia or the Mick from Yorkshire? For an upright, I don't think an upright's going to weigh 1,400 pounds, I'm sure. Maybe 300 pounds sounds right. There's a big piece of metal that all the wires are attached to inside. And I've had, so maybe those are, I don't know, maybe 50 to 100 kilograms. Maybe a Steinway weighs 1,400 pounds. When I bought this piano, it cost 25,000 to move it. But the thing was, this guy, he had it on the second floor with no elevator. And so they had to use a crane. They had to use a crane to pull it out of the house. So I think he bought it from a piano shop. And but when he said, "Can you take it back?" they offered him 30,000. And so I said, "Well," he says, "increase it on that." And I goes, "Oh, okay, I'll give you 40." I went to the Philippine place and had a couple of, what did I have? Rice and a little burger, a couple of beers, and 3 sticks of pork. The pork was quite good, but they give you the sauce with it, and the sauce is like fucking spicy vinegar with a little pepper in it. It's fucking disgusting. Hmm. Am I still broadcasting? No one's saying anything. Okay. 7 people just watching on. Can't bloody say anything. I wonder if these scat fuckers. I don't know what they have food over here. They give you. I think when we were kids, we used to get a bag of crisps. Don't that cunt make any more noise? And you have a little salt in a little blue bag, and then you unwrapped it and then put it in your crisp packet and shook it about. And now this cunt still hasn't finished. And it's popular over here. You get your bag and you put, it's called shaking something, and you just shake it up, wherever it is, chicken or French fries. I had enough food about 2 hours ago. I think I should really have any more. Don't know. It depends how weak the. It depends how weak the. Depends how weak the yen gets. It's just got to break through this 190. The weakest it ever was like 262 yen to the pound. So I'm still trying to figure out if we have to pay tax on the English pension. Good evening, Nick. So you got to. Maybe my mate hasn't. I think he got his pension 4 years ago from England, and I don't think he's told the government. So maybe you can just get away with it. Yeah, I had a busy day. Picked up some stuff. I picked up a load of these fucking long stainless water tubes. And the fucking 11 kilograms. Then what did I pick up? I forget. Yeah, well, my mate's pension is about 170 pounds, 700 pounds. It's maybe 120,000, 130,000 yen a month. Yeah, I didn't have a nap today, but I've still got to go and pick the truck up when my mate comes back. Hopefully, he's going to pick up a lot of steel. I don't really know too much about Kurt Bell. Victor used to mention him sometimes. Has anybody seen anything of Victor? I think she's a little bit crazy. I couldn't figure she's about 75 and she's got skulls on. Or what do you call them Joe Crocs? I don't want to live in Thailand. Too many fucking American weirdos and British weirdos and German weirdos. But has he been making any videos? Or is he still, I don't know, his dad was maybe not well, maybe at the end of his time. Oh yeah, I think I saw something of him. Looked very strange. I didn't know you could get drugs here. I was once offered something a long time ago at someone's wedding, but I just said no thanks. I remember Ronald Reagan's wife, she was telling me, just say no, and I did. He's empty. This guy looks as full of beans. I gave him a slagging once because when my mother, she used to send us to bed at fucking 7 or 8 o'clock when we were fucking wide awake, and he was doing it with his kids, young children. And I said, "You're a cunt for sending them to bed at that time. You're like my mother, a cunt." But you know, in Hong Kong, I think the kids stay up until the dad comes home. Like if it's 9 or 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night, they stay up. So the dad would never see them. Whose family's wife is rich? I know an American guy, and his wife's really successful. Family's rich, got their own fucking medical company. And this guy is just fucking. The only thing he's got going for him is fucking really good looking, and I think that's what the wife wanted. Yeah, well, I think that's what you get in it. If your family's rich and you're a Japanese girl, don't get someone like me. Get a good-looking lad. What, have they split up? I think if you're a good-looking guy, a Western guy, like, there's no problem getting plenty of what have you. I almost bought myself a suit yesterday. And then these suits look really nice. And there was one suit about 60,000, one suit about 70,000. And then I said, what's this 10? So if I bought one of those suits, so if I bought a suit for 70,000, the 60,000 suit would be 10,000 yen. And I'm thinking, well, if that second suit is worth 10,000 yen, surely they're either charging too much for the first suit or the first suit is not worth all that much money. No, I did a lot better in England. I'm on holiday. I just had a tea at McDonald's. No, the main reason I was with that in that shot with Sylvester, or Sly as I call him, is because I was shorter than him with his shoes on. All the other guys were tall. They were like fucking 5'10", 6 foot. So they had to find, and I was offset as well. So I was offset from so the camera can see Stallone's face. But fucking nailed it, one take. Yeah, because I was like young and funny and drunk. Two out of three is bad, as an old fat guy used to say. Not drunk at the moment. Fucking drunk the other night. I really had too much. I really had that's sake. 13 kilograms. No, they were. That was the total. That was the total of the tubes. There's about fucking 20 of them. Couldn't believe it. I was hoping for 20 kilograms. That's like 3,000 yen. What does that mean? He had some sort of skin. What does that mean? This time of year, that's when all the young kids start looking at me. Yeah, I did egg myself onto that. I was going to leave it for another day. Yeah, I mentioned that the other day, bragging up that there's nothing wrong with it. My back's been sore last couple of days. But nothing that a very hot bath won't cure. Yeah, I had a really bad back. No, I don't. No, like I said, we've talked about this before, and I think people with full of tattoos look fucking stupid and they're wasting their money. These tattoo artists must be so fucking rich. But I just thought of a tattoo like maybe on the shoulder of a SpongeBob. Actually, I think there's one in Holland. They have something called Black Peter. I don't know if the Santa there like goes around with the black guy. But they must be fucking expensive, those big tattoos. I know someone who had a body, and this was a long time ago. He had a body tattoo, with the dragons and the fighters and the samurai. And it was 5 million yen. 5 million yen he spent on a tattoo a long time ago. And I think, even just a small tattoo, what I was thinking of, I don't know, about them are like 20, 30, 40,000 yen. But I think if you can have a tattoo, if you're male or female, have it on your fucking upper arm. Because if you have like an odd tattoo, if you have a odd tattoo just here on your forearm, and that's it, looks fucking stupid. And people don't like to see it at work. Unless you're a builder or a politician. Is anyone else watching the real life Squid Game on Netflix? I recommend it. It's really good. Yeah, of course. Yeah, the one that I used to go to, where it was you could go in with tattoos, and that's closed down now. Yeah, but like I said, it's the odd one. But what's even worse is those stupid cunts that are getting tattoos on their face. Fucking stupid cunts. Like when Mike Tyson had his tattoo done on his eye, and everybody's thinking, "Oh, you stupid cunt." Now he's cool. She's stacked. "13 people. Wow. There must be some kind of meeting watching my videos. What was the title? What was the title of my video? It was a bit controversial, wasn't it? What's the title of this live stream? Yeah, I think so. They deliver it early in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. It looks like I've fallen asleep on the newspaper. Where? Why would you say that? I watched this the other day. Eating pig or something. Oh, eating like pigs, that's it, yeah. Oh, that's it, Japanese eating like pigs, that was it. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. They're one of that, I don't know, that was really popular thing in America. His face is just covered in tattoos. There was a girl who's complaining that she can't get a job. If you're going to get tattooed like that, you better be fucking self-employed. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean now, yeah. Looks like this girl's a bit strange. Does newspaper print still leave a mark? Because that's why they stopped using newspapers in England, didn't they? You couldn't wrap fish and chips in newspapers because the ink was coming off. Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's very strange. I think sometimes if you see a woman with the nipple, if you see her with a pierced nipple, I mean, sometimes that's a bit of a turn on. But when you see a guy with a fucking pierced nipple, that's really fucking makes you want to vomit. No, I don't. I vaguely remember that. I thought one of the best jokes that I ever made up was there's a new, what do you call those guys in America guys in India that were supposed to protect women's harems? They had their bollocks cut off. Yeah, tramp stamps, yeah. What do you call them in India with they've got to be trusted in the women's harem, so they've got no testicles. Not eunuchs. There's a different name for them in India. Not castrato, no. They're the boys in Italy. Oh yeah, without a doubt. No, it's not TB. Or is it eunuchs? Anyway, so let's say it's eunuchs. I think it's eunuchs, yeah. So these eunuchs have opened up a donut shop in Kerala, It's called Mr. No Nuts. And no one ever laughed at that joke. A massive dong. Should have called him a massive dong. These kids are so cute. I made another perler up yesterday, but I forgot it. I never write my jokes down. I could have been the second Bob Monkhouse. People used to call me Bob Monkhouse and Bob Hope. And my mother used to call me No Hope. Oh dear. Bob Sheetow. Did you know that Bob Monkhouse is Bob Monkhouse's partner and his son killed themselves? Karen Kunz. Yeah, I was thinking. That's the best fucking thing ever. Yeah, it's quite good, yeah. But I think I upset him by a comment I made. Oh, that's it, because I called him Victor's gay friend. So when I mentioned something about gay or something, not him, something else about gay. Someone else is gay or something's gay. And Victor said he might be gay. So I made this video about the red value. But he's a really nice guy and he makes really good videos. Apart from the recent videos, although they're nice, because they're all about his wife. Yeah, he's a nice chap, but he's not replying to any of my comments. You know, these Austrians are inbred. I'm afraid 11 people watching. Now 9. I don't know. I thought he was Austrian. I'm not sure. Maybe Hitler. What was Hitler? What was Hitler? He had some good ideas, though. Come on, admit it. Who hasn't said that? Who hasn't said he had some good ideas, though? Yeah, Autobahn. Killing the Jews. I'm terrible. But there is footage, not footage. There's a voice recording of, he didn't want his voice to be heard, his normal speaking voice. And I tell you what, if you listen to his voice, it's fucking enchanting. A bit like mine. But I've killed a lot less Jews. There were in England during the troubles with the Irish. There was the leader of the Irish party. What's his name? Beard, Jerry Anderson, was it? Some Jerry something. They wouldn't let. They used to use an actor to speak his words, because the guy that was in charge of the fucking Northern Ireland office said, the normal people cannot be allowed to hear his voice because it's enchanting. I'm not kidding. When he spoke, they used an actor to speak his words. Bob Monkhouse, he did a show, and I think he had a lot of comedians in the audience, and he was talking about the industry, comedians and things. It's fucking very interesting. No, no, this wasn't. He was recorded in a train. He had a meeting with a foreign minister or something or whatever, and they secretly recorded his voice, and it's very. I'd have followed him, no doubt about it. I'm only kidding. There is a doubt. I hope he's got a right fucking gait, this guy. Any of you guys remember Max Wall? Look up Max Wall now on your computers. Max, this guy's just walked in. He's like the spitting image of Max Wall. Well, his legs are. You couldn't fucking invent this character that's just come in now. And Himmler, he had two, but they were small. No, it's Goebbels had two, but they were small. Himmler had something similar. Yeah, it's true that Adolf Hitler only had one ball, but that's when he married his wife. The Max Wall. Yeah, he had a funny. This the most amazing walk, and this is all we saw as kids on television. My young lad who's gone picking steel up. No, I've got an appointment next month. Well, I keep losing signal. I don't know what's happening. Maybe because someone mentioned the guy we shouldn't mention. And he was a non-drinker, wasn't he? Or was he a non-drinker and a vegetarian? Yeah, well, that's what this guy looks like who's just come in. But I don't think he's an act. I dare look at him because he's with his grandsons or something like that. Look at him because he's with his grandsons or something like that. Well, there was one. They found out that. Well, there was one. They found out that some German troops were in France. They were on meth, and there was an incident. Where the Germans, they shot fucking in this village. They shot about 1,000 people, and men, women, and children. So I wonder if that's was part of that. Freddie Starr used to do an impression of Max Wall. Yeah, but yeah, there was apparently. I don't know. There was maybe he was like his commanding officer or a mate from the army or something like that. There was another one said they don't touch him. '62. I've never. The longest I've stopped drinking was when I turned 18. What do you mean? I'm talking about Hitler, so I've grown up. '62. That's a long time ago. That is. What's that? What do you used to have that methylated spirits? What was that? Simon Barrett, where are you from? You know what happened? I have reduced how much I used to drink. I used to drink a bottle of wine 2 or 3 times a week, maybe 4. But since I have fucking reduced the amount of been drinking, I'm fucking remembering things like where I put stuff. It just comes to me straight away. It's fucking that is quite an interesting facet of not drinking as much as I used to. Oh, Australian market. Never mind. Someone was telling me fucking crazy prices about the cost of things in Australia. It's fucking insane. That Jason was on the other day. Fucking unbelievable. How much is it for a loaf of bread? Can you put it in yen money? Nixon from Australia as well. My viewership used to be about 15% women. Now it's about 5%, 6%. I've done a good job there. $400. Fucking hell, man. That's twice the price here. It depends on where you buy the loaf. If you buy it in a supermarket, and it's like I don't think it's as big as Western bread, though, the sizes of the loaves. Yeah, it just sounds. How much it costs for like a dozen eggs? A dozen eggs is about 200. You get them from a machine between 200 for normal eggs, not the expensive ones. About 200 yen, 210 yen. But I really cut down. Well, I've been eating out most of the time. Have breakfast, 400 yen. Really reduced the amount. I noticed once I started drinking more milk, because I'd laid off milk for a long time. Fucking what is that little cunt kid? I saw that little cunt. What is fucking mental? Is that in Australia? Hello, Luffy. Yeah, the cheapest eggs here about 200 yen. Sounds like a fucking nightmare in Australia, doesn't it? Well, I'm glad you stopped that habit. Yes, fucking using a vibrator on her end. I read there was a story about a little kid, weren't they? He's become like a fucking millionaire or something, selling all these eggs. I was myself, mate. That reminds me, I needed to buy an electric kettle. I need to buy a kettle, you know, one of those little pots where you put water in and it's electric and you fucking leave it hot all the time. That's what I meant to get today, and a camera for that fucking nutty neighbour. Fucking what? Australians will be turning gay at those prices. 900 yen for a fucking beer. Well, I think it's here for a schooner. It's about 500 yen. 400, maybe 400 milliliters, 500 yen. I feel like a beer now. How much did it used to be? It's a good job these Japanese girls get drunk on 1 or 2 beers. In Japan, you can, you 1,600 yen plus tax. It's about 1,700 yen. You can drink for fucking 2 hours. Look, there goes our rich neighbor again to McDonald's. I'm in the fucking best. All those gaijins that are in Japan, we're in the best fucking place, no doubt about it. $1,300 yen, all you can eat for a curry buffet. But if you want a Japanese food, it's about 2,500 yen for 80 minutes. There's no one control. It's got to be corrupt, hasn't it? I don't know. There's a cute kid. He just turned to just talked to his sister, and she's looking over. She's cute as well. He just looks like a really shy kid. Yeah, I can imagine if you got prices for normal food, because Japanese food is always going to be more expensive, isn't it? I used to sell Japanese food in London to the restaurants, and then I got fired for telling them the truth. As strong as it fucking hell. Is that in the shop or in a thing? I don't drink that shit. It's horrible. But I think strong zeros, I don't know, be 150 yen. Something like that's what Victor likes, strong zeros. People will be fucking smuggling it in through the borders next. You might as well buy a bottle. In fact, I bought a bottle of fucking Tanqueray the other month. I still haven't opened it. I might have took one sip out. Tanqueray. Well, I was feeling flush, but I've just had 1 cup of coffee in here, 1 cup of tea. I asked for a tea, and then he goes, "Coffee." I said, "Your fucking ears all right?" He goes, "Yeah." I don't think they are. Actually, you know something? They do have cash wine. Then I went into the local alcohol place, and they had none. Then I went in 2 weeks later, and it's back on. Yeah, you can get a bottle of wine here, 350 yen, 400 yen from Spain. I was working the warehouse yesterday. That's what happens when your shovel's got no top bit to it. The box punch. I've said this many times on there. You know, Aussies and Americans have great phrases. We're, of course, the funniest, but the phrases that Aussies come up with, and the ideas that Americans come up with. The Welsh, not so much. The box monster. Wow. Well, how many? What is it? 3 liters. Four bottles of wine. Well, I've seen this girl before. 4 liters or 4 bottles. Four bottles, they're showing. I'm guessing that's an industry size. I think over here it costs about 1,400 yen. Which reminds me, I bought a litre box of wine, and it's still on the table. 4 liters, fuck, that's big. These guys' font is quite big. Right, guys. Yep. That doesn't make much sense, mate. Whether it's supposed to, I don't know. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Also, it could be like a building that doesn't have a 4th floor. That is correct. I am in Japan, the mask. I'm in the best place in the world at the moment. Get free houses. A mate of my ways fell out with me now because I called him a cunt. And he bought a house for 500,000 yen. What's that? What? Americans, well, I don't know if they do that with buildings, but 13's, I didn't know that. Well, obviously, the Western people know 13 as unlucky. But, and I don't know how this has happened, but the English lottery? The English lottery, where they've got like about 40 numbers, something like that. Number 13 is the least that comes out. What's drawn from the balls in the machine. That number 13 is the least drawn. The females in Japan in the year 1945 were so hot, like, yeah, they probably. I think he's talking about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Yeah, when I said that, is it really a coincidence like that? I wonder if they have. I wonder if the government has told them to fix it like that. Wouldn't that be strange? Right, guys, I'm going to go and see if my. I'm from England, Sheffield, England, greatest city in the world. And why I'm in Japan? Because I thought if I learn Japanese, I could get a good job. Sayonara. Catch us next time, Mask. I've got to go now. See you later, guys. Going to see if my mate has loaded my truck with steel. Bye bye. Cheers, Nick, for all the questions and information. And who else was from Aussie? Simon. Yeah, Simon's there, yeah. And Pen from earlier. TB. He went. See you guys. Bye bye.